Hi, I'm Pat Rafter. One of the greatest achievements in my professional life were my successes at Flushing Meadow in New York. I love the town and its charismatic people. However, my own achievements pale in significance when I consider the personal and professional sacrifices made by the heroes of the emergency services workers in that awful day, September 2001. I'm a proud Australian and I love my land. I seem to walk taller when I reflect on what our Aussie Anzacs had to endure, and the fallen heroes of 9/11 sacrificed no less. The tour of duty run across the United States means something special to me, and to all Americans it will mean everything. May your team make us proud and carry the passion of all your comrades. And be sure when you reach the hollow ground of the World Trade Center, you're going to have a beer from me. I'll be running with you in spirit, guys, like all Aussies. Go get 'em.
G'day everyone, Hugh Jackman here. I had the real pleasure of meeting Paul and his mates really, earlier this year at a function in New York. And there we were perched over Central Park in this very swanky Fifth Avenue apartment, and Lisa Fox, who's a great friend of mine, the daughter of famous Lindsay Fox, said, "Oh, you got to meet this guy Paul and his mates. They're over here," and I brought them along, and they're going to run across America, raise some awareness and a little bit of money for the firemen, and finish on 9/11 here in New York. I said, hang on a sec, they're running across America and finishing on 9/11 in New York? And they said, yes. So I went over and I met them. It was so great, because in the middle of this I could list you all the names of the people who were at this party. And in the corner, 3 firemen with beers who just finished going on this unbelievable running odyssey across Europe were telling me of their plans to run across America. So we're having a great time, and my accent getting stronger and stronger by the second, talking to these blokes from Australia. Of course, the first question I asked them was, why? Why are you doing it? And they all looked at each other and they said, you know, the thing is, it doesn't matter if you're a fireman in Maroochydore, if you're a fireman in Dubai, if you're a fireman in New York or London. There's a brotherhood and there's a kindred spirit and a kind of mateship that exists, and actually goes beyond just being firemen. It could be policemen, it could be anything. It's really about the millions and millions of people all across this world who risk their lives daily to protect all of us. And we can take it for granted. I'm sure all of us do at some points. But they said, you know, what we want to do is we want to show those firemen and the families of the firemen and police department in America whose, you know, brothers and fathers and husbands lost their lives in 9/11, that even though we're in the opposite side of the world, that we felt them. Australia, of course, just a year ago has been through the most shocking fires, natural fires, where many people died. And so this happens all over the world. And it really touched me that these guys were going to come to America just to show that everyone in the world cared, everyone does care, and that we're actually all connected. And this spirit, I think I ended up having probably a couple too many beers with these guys, but mainly just because they were so entertaining. Their love of life and their desire just to connect and to meet people was infectious. Paul, guys, all of you, you're crazy, you're nuts, you're going to be very hot. I don't want to be there at the end of the day when you take your shoes off, because the blister is going to be shocking, and I don't know if there'll be any skin left on the bottom of your feet, particularly when you run through the centre of America. I don't know if anyone's told you about that. But you're running during summer, you're all nuts, and I love you for it. And I'm sorry I can't be with you today to launch it, but it looks like I may be in New York at that time when you run. So if I am there, I will proudly, if you'll have me, run alongside you just the last little bit, a couple of miles, all right? Maybe I'll carry one of you on my back. But it's the least I can do. You're great Aussies. You remind us what the great quality of Australians is, which is our dedication to mateship. Not just the ones we grew up with, but actually that can extend all across the world. It's a message you're sending which is powerful. I commend you for it, and I really support you. have a great time, enjoy your training, and lay off the beers. At that night, you had far too many beers for people who were running across America. See you, boys.